need drones watching out for us.
I go out of the country, you know, to do my job. I leave to go out of the country. And the United States is the most strict nation about security.
Really?
Yes. It is the most strict.
Even more than China.
Well, I haven't been in China itself. Been close. Been to Korea. Been to Japan. Been to Malaysia and over those areas. You know, even been into over in Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, places like that. Europe, no big deal. All around Europe. Anything you think about Europe? They get bombed, right?
Oh yeah, they
all these
get
other
more than we
places, they
do.
get bombs,
Yeah.
you know, and they're not. And I'm telling you that because the United States is so politically correct and oriented, they're afraid to profile people.
Right.
You know, dadgummit, I'm going to profile some. If I see somebody that looks like a slob, right, I am not going to go up to that person because I don't want to deal with that person. They're a slob. I profile them right there.
Right.
Right? They might be the nicest person in the world, right? But I guarantee you they probably stink, right? And I don't want to be around them.
It's human nature to profile.
Yeah.
But yet they'd rather, you know, feel up a 90-year-old woman in a walker, you know, than check the guy with a turban on his head. I wouldn't want to offend him.
You would not believe the amount of people I've seen that are searched that there's no reason to search these people.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. You know, let them go through. Let them go through. It's like
We've been given these, like the TSA, these minimum wage workers, the right and all this power. And why wouldn't it go to their head?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or a perversion or whatever they're doing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I get to deal up the 5-year-old. You know? Like, oh, great, yeah. I don't think we'll fly.
Yeah. I don't understand. Yeah, children. Oh, and I went through one time, and it was in this disagreement with one of them, you know.
Oh, bad move, huh?
Well, it wasn't so bad, you know. She was trying to tell me all this. You know, she's been brainwashed, or she was brainwashed into thinking a certain way, and that's the way she did it. That's what they told her. You know, they told her in all her little classes, this is what's going on. That's what's going on. And she's telling me, well, they do this and this and this in Europe. And I was like, no, they don't. I've been there.
Right.
You know, I know what they do. You know, if you're flying to any other country, from a country to a country, you go through the scanner. You don't have to remove your shoes. You don't have to take your computer out of your bag. They look at all this stuff through X-rays. They can tell. You know, you just fly from country to country.
Yeah.
Okay. If you fly from a country back to the United States, you have to go through strict security again before you get on the plane.
Right.
Right. You remove your shoes. Take your feet out of the bag. They search your bag again after you get in. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then, never mind.
And she was like, that's how they do it in Europe, so that's what we want to do?
Yeah. It was crazy.
We want to do everything like Europe. That's great.
No, we don't want to do everything. Don't get me wrong. I like Europe. I wouldn't mind living there because it's, you know why? Because the government doesn't bother you unless you get in real big trouble.
Really? No kidding.
You rarely see any I don't see any government influence when I'm there.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, and I'm sure they have. You know,
They got
But they mail you the ticket. The officer doesn't give you a ticket. They have cameras up and stuff like
everywhere,
that.
right?
Yeah. You guys take a picture of your vehicle and send you a ticket.
Yeah, I heard in Germany it depends on how much money you make is how the ticket's going to be created. Like if you make a lot more than the next guy, you're going to get like a $600 or $700 ticket, but the poor guy's going to get $100 ticket.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's in Germany.
Rarely see any police out on the highways though.
Yeah.
I know. I drive over there. I love driving over there.
You have to. Is that weird trying to drive on the other opposite side of the road?
That's only in England.
Oh, really?
In Ireland and England, you drive on the left-hand side, and everywhere else in Europe, you drive on the right-hand side.
Oh, no kidding.
It's kind of interesting.
I thought everywhere was like that over there.
No, just England and Ireland.
Well, what about Barack? What do you think about him, man? Barack Obama.
Oh, Barack Obama? I don't like the policies he's done.
Right.
As far as a personable president, I'm sure he was very personable.
Yeah.
Well, hate is a strong word.
I don't
like the way he dressed down when he was on camera.
Oh, right.
I expected when you see a leader or somebody that has power, you kind of expect a certain image,
Especially in
right?
that seat.
Yeah, you kind of expect a certain image. So, without a tie, that's not. If he's at home and he's doing something at home, fine, right? But if he's working or if he's doing something for somebody important, should have on a coat and tie.
Yeah. Well, last week or so, he was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he joked about doing blow. He used the word blow. Does that fit the presidency?
No. See, you should never say anything about that.
Okay. All right, all you 500, or your 3 million or 50 million kids, blow's cool.
Yeah.
That comes from the president of the United States.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, it's kind of like sports figures too. A lot of kids fall onto sports figures, and then when one throws a temper tantrum or something, the littler kids think, well, I can just throw a temper tantrum too.
Right.
They follow the example, so set an example that's worthy of your position. But I know that people make mistakes. I know people do things, but don't tell the whole world on television.
Right. but he's shown the whole world that seat, the presidency doesn't seem important. It doesn't seem, it's like.
Yeah. It's kind of the office is just, this is my temporary stepping point.
Yeah, let's all live at Tommy's house.
Yeah. You can't really do that. This is a completely different position. The funny thing is that I guess, he's a lawyer, right?
Constitutional lawyer.
Yeah, but still, he's a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
So, you know how all lawyers are just deal makers anyway.
Yeah.
A lawyer is not a lawyer. A lawyer is a deal maker.
And
Let's make a deal to do this.
Yeah, and
all right,
not
less
convicted.
time in jail, less money, more time in jail. Let's make a deal so we can just get this conviction or not.
Yeah, and I can get over with this case, and I'm out of here.
And I can get paid for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just deal making is all it is. And so why do we need a deal maker in the presidency? We need somebody that can make some hard, solid decisions. And the best person that would go in there is a businessman.
Like Ron.
Businessman that will go in there and treat it like a business,
But he's not a businessman. He's a socialist.
Yeah.
He believes government is the answer.
Yeah.
He does, trying to make everybody think that making money in this country is wrong. Or
I always tell
evil.
everybody, you'd love to be president for 4 years, but that's all you can stand me.
Right.
Because I would go in there and make sure that I tried to make. I mean, you think about it. What happens when people get into too much debt? What happens? They can't get any more loans.
Right.
You can't get any loans. You have to pay these off. You have to be a certain percentage of your income to get a loan, right? And even then, sometimes if you're late on a payment or late on this or something, your credit score goes down, right? And then people start suing you because they want their money and this and that and this and that, right? Well, you can't tell me people aren't screaming for the money from us already in our debt. I mean, $14 trillion?
Oh, yeah.
Come on! $14 trillion, that's ridiculous. Why are we even $1 trillion in debt? I mean, come on.
Right.
We should be able to cut all that out within the next few years, right? Should be able to cut all that crap out. Cut a bunch of spending that's important spending, and cut a bunch of spending that, gosh.
Yeah, I watched a video of Calvin Coolidge, and he was talking about, in 1927, talking about the government debt, not the debt, but the commitment, right? The government. It was like, the whole government was like $4 billion.
Yeah.
The entire government was $4 billion.
Yeah.
And he was pissed. He's like, that's way too much.
Yeah.
But now look at it. 16 trillion, 15 trillion.
And I understand, defense is one thing. I think defense should be one of the main things, okay? Social Security should be a main thing. It should be Social Security not touched for anything else.
Other than that.
Other than Social Security, that's it. Don't use it anywhere else. Don't do anything with it. Leave it there for that.
They haven't done that in how many years?
Yeah. And I'm in favor of stopping Social Security altogether.
Me too.
And making employees contribute to a 401k or some type of a fund, or even just a savings account, that might make money over the time, something that's going to give them something in retirement later that's their money. You cannot touch it either.
Well, that was FDR, right? He created Social Security.
Yeah.
Well, it took the responsibility away from the kids and put it on the government.
Yeah.
Because at one time, kids took care of their parents.
Yeah.
When they got old.
Yeah.
Now they just stick them in a home.
Yeah, and use Social Security.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. And that's funny. You think about other countries. Other countries don't have Social Security, right?
China.
They do have government funds, and they do have government-backed medical stuff, right?
Yeah.
But normally, your kids in other countries take care of you.
Yeah, especially like China.
Live close, or you live with them, or something like that. What's wrong with that, right? Get a bigger house. Let your parents live on one side until they die, and then be done with it.
It's the breakdown of the American family.
Yeah.
They don't care about their parents anymore. Stick them in a home. We don't want to have to deal with it.
Yeah. And I understand moving around the country, this and that. But once they get to the retirement age, where they just have to, hang around and do little things and stuff like that, then, be responsible for them.
Yeah, what the heck? It's just another person.
Yeah.
Unless they have something like Alzheimer's, or are you on Delta?
Yes.
Unless they have a serious affliction,
Yeah.